idea why the Big Meech concert is canceled?
50 Cent don't act, he wish everybody the best. He has nothing to do with it. He was the first one to post.
After all the turmoil between these two 50s, 50 Cent has finally pulled back the curtain and disclosed how much he dropped to cancel Big Meech's tour. I promise you that the amount will leave you speechless. Let's start with the show So Large Mex Welcome Back. Quiet about the backstage stuff, but now we're receiving the tea right from the horse's mouth. You won't believe how much it cost to shut off that tour, and the reason might even surprise you. The performance was scheduled to take place at Sunrise, Florida's Amarant Bank Arena on February 13, 2025. The purpose of the entire event was to commemorate Mia's release from prison after completing a 15-year term, and it was expected to be a significant event in the hip-hop industry.
Of running a huge criminal enterprise stretching from Atlanta to Detroit and several other states. The story of Big Meech, who headed up the Black Mafia family, is also the source of a popular TV show that has been filmed right here in Atlanta. And this week, after serving nearly 20 years in prison for racketeering, dealing, and running a criminal enterprise, he is out of prison.
Big names like Lil Baby, Rick Ross, 21 Savage, Sexy Red Kodak, Black Moneybag Yo, and Boozy were all on the lineup. This was shaping up to be a huge celebration, bringing together some of the hottest artists in the game to honor Meech's return.
Ricky Rose, the time has come. Meech on February 13th. Get your tickets right now. It's going down. We know Florida gonna be there. Miami gonna be there. The legend himself gonna be in the building. Making history. Meech, who else coming?
The whole nation. Detroit, St. Louis, California, everybody. Atlanta, Georgia, ATL, stand up.
We're gonna make history. Get your tickets right now.
However, everything fell apart just hours before the concert was scheduled to begin. The Amarant Bank Arena announced the cancellation on social media, citing unanticipated circumstances. Of course, nobody really knows what those circumstances were, and despite the last-minute notice, the internet was already buzzing with theories. Cancellation, the hip-hop community, had already been impacted by the event's excitement. The performance was highly anticipated by the community and was expected to be one of the year's most significant events. However, with everything falling apart at the last minute, people are left wondering what exactly happened behind the scenes to cancel such a significant event. We have a few theories about what happened here, and 50 Cent is out there disparaging Lil Baby on the show. According to 50 Cent, Lil Baby showed up in a Ferrari truck with a lot of cash in his pockets, but he didn't really contribute to the concert. Tony Yo showed up with the receipts for that claim.
And me and Murder sitting in the backyard, and you like, yo, Lil Baby ain't give me no money. He came in a Ferrari truck, he had the Ferrari truck, he had 4 pockets full. I'm looking at this like, yo, this nigga tripping. Like, Lil Baby he's not obligated to give you nothing. I looked at it like, from that point, maybe 50 should have brung a bag for Meech and maybe a watch or something. Because obviously that's what Ross did or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But that's what I had in mind. Because he said it to me and Murder, and I'm sitting there analyzing it like, damn, he wanted some bread, or maybe he spent all the bread because he made a couple of million with 5. My whole thing is, maybe the relationship would be good as if you save some money for your pops.
And 50 had to ask Lil Baby was 5 when you got indicted WTF. He owe you, but wait, there's more. Bowie was also caught up in this mess word on the street, as he spent over $10,000 getting ready for the concert only for it to fall apart. And he didn't even give him any explanation.
I was club to club, strip club to strip club, trying to make me some money.
Right, you spent money getting out there.
Yeah, I spent money getting hotels. I brought me, my Tootie, my family, you know, like so.
How many people did you fly out there?
We drove.
Oh, you drove?
Well, they drove.
Okay.
I flew. Probably about 12 people drove in 3 cars.
Meaning you had what?
Tootie got his own Airbnb. I had to get hotels.
Right.
Clothes.
Right. So you're probably at least 10,000 in.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Gas for the cars back.
All that.
You know.
Okay. And did Meech give you any sort of explanation as to what happened? Because it is still his show.
In a recent post, 50 Cent hinted that there may have been more no-shows than we've been hearing about. He said, "You're going to be disappointed if Lil Baby doesn't show up. When Skilla Baby doesn't show up. When I Swear's Vido doesn't show up, like, come on, is the whole thing just falling apart or what?" But now it gets even messier, And people are beginning to question whether Big Meech was somewhat anticipating free shows when rumors circulated that Mia's early release was what Big Meech was counting on from other artists as well. Do you recall when Sexy Red tweeted where to host a welcome home party at Trauma? It sounded like she was willing to perform for free. All of this drama has caused Big Meech to be seriously side-eyed, with some people accusing him of expecting contributions or assistance simply due to his reputation in the hip-hop industry, but no one has verified that yet. The rumors are genuine. Naturally, all of this was shared on social media, which sparked even more rumors and discussion about what actually transpired behind the scenes. What is the true reason the concert was canceled? Some people speculate that artists may have canceled because their teams weren't being paid.
Because, them rappers I'm quite sure could sell out arenas, the big names. They do Rolling Loud and do all the biggest events. Shout out to all them artists, but sometimes, I don't know, maybe the business wasn't right, or maybe, you never know. Maybe artists was like, hold on, I want my bag now. Because the artists will say they'll do something for free, but then management look at it like, we not getting paid. People, assistants look like, a free show? We not getting paid. So we could think whatever. All them artists could have backed out on their own. Like, that. It is a free show? Nah, that.
As usual with these two, the truth is most likely somewhere in the middle of all the chaos and speculations. But one thing is certain, there is a growing rift between 50 and Meech. In addition, 50 made sure to mock the fact that in addition to canceling the concert, he is determined to ruin Meech's reputation and financial standing. The drama between 50 Cent and Big Meech is just getting worse, and there is no turning back now that their relationship has taken a drastic turn. Plunge following Meech's release from prison last year, but the actual catalyst that ignited everything was Meech's relationship with Rick Ross in January 2025. Yes, that Rick Ross, who has been at odds with 50 for years.
February 13th, the Big Meech on.
Meech appeared in a video with Rose to promote his major performance, and as you are already aware, that didn't sit well with 50. As soon as the video was released, 50i immediately took to Instagram to disparage Meech and brand him a rat. He even captioned a photo of a rat that he uploaded. I believe I'm Big Meech, making blatant fun of the possibility that Meech snitched, and he went on to mention media personality 1090. Jake asserting that he had documentation demonstrating. Meech quickly refuted the claims after snitching and even bringing Tammy Cowens into the conversation, implying that she had some dirt on him as well.
Because I'm not trying to let nobody trick me off the streets. But I never folded, never told, never will. Death before dishonor, always with me. So I'm doing this for my loved ones and the support of my friends and family. Come out to the Amaran Arena. February 3rd.
50 being 50 elevated the trolling to a new level by posting rat memes all over social media. The way it's drawing in other people is what makes this much more outrageous than shady posts or even films of snitches that have Mech's face altered. 50's own sons and daughters, Jackson, also criticized Meech, more especially his son, for bringing up 50 drawing others into arguments. One of the individuals who became involved right away was Lil Meech. What's fascinating about this is that Lil Meech has always been friendly with 50 and has even acknowledged in public that he has been perplexed by what's happening for years. Before the arrival of 50, Lil Meech was only known as his father's son. Altered that by mentoring Lil Meech, enrolling him in acting courses, and making him the star of BMF. The child had no prior acting experience, but 50 spotted the potential and funded his training, transforming him into a leading man. And guess what? It worked. Everything was picture perfect when Lil Meech emerged from his father's shadow and established his own name. However, a messy drama arose when Big Meech left the place, and before you knew it, Lil Meech began hanging out with his pops and taking some unexpected turns. You can see that 50C helped put Lil Meech on, but he did not express much gratitude for it because we immediately sided with Ross Floyd, and of course. Naturally, his dad thought it would be a good idea to start sharing private messages from Lil Meech after that. One of them read, "You unfollowed me on Instagram, and now you're managing Skilla Baby with Rocket when I brought him around you first, and you didn't even know who he was. You're angry with me, bro. I would take the shirt off my back for you. I can't believe this man is acting like I'm your enemy when I've only ever shown you love and loyalty." Ross, however, provided my dad with some bread so that he could cover his expenses till the start of our upcoming season on the internet. This is confusing me, man. You know that in real life, 50 was as shady as ever. He responded with what would be the next season, which essentially hinted that Big Meech's choices were not only harming him, but also his son in the BMF series. One thing is certain, though. 50 Cent is still after Big Meech and Lil Meech, and he is now targeting their finances. The way that 50 is portraying the entire Meech family as impoverished and struggling is completely devious. To start, he created a GoFundMe page to assist Big Meech in paying his bills, setting the target at a pitiful $10,000. Of course, he didn't keep this information to himself. He shared the link on Instagram to ensure that everyone witnessed it. The post went viral, receiving over 50,000 likes, and people were either amused by the ruse or curious about whether Mia's financial difficulties were real. But that was only the beginning. The worst part is that 50 is saying he had to send Lil Meech to rehab for use on the BMF set, essentially implying that Meech Jr. was out of control and needed 50 to clean up his mess. If that's not enough, 50 is now saying he's done more for Lil Meech than anyone else, even bailing him out multiple times, meaning they owe him. 50 has been on a full-time trolling spree, throwing AI-generated memes and shady posts at Big Meech and Lil Meech. And let's not forget about the Welcome Return concert, which was meant to be a huge celebration for Big Meech but was canceled. It was a waste of time, and it looked like Meech couldn't even put on his own event. 50 Cent is making it his goal to bring Big Meech and Lil Meech's entire way of life into disrepute, and whether or not there is any truth to these financial difficulties, he wants people to think that the Meech family is destitute and in dire need, which is a far cry from the strong, ostentatious BMF image they have developed over the years. At this point, it's not even just a beef, it's a humiliation campaign. Seeing the amount of harm 50 is causing to Big Meech and his family may surprise some, but others know that this is something that 50 Cent has thrived on since he was younger. 50 is currently demonstrating that he doesn't care who you are. If you cross him, he's coming for you full force and without hesitation. Big Meech and Lil Meech are currently learning this the hard way, as he has been dragging Big Meech online, making accusations, and posting rap memes to make his point. However, it goes beyond simple insults. He even threatened to pull the trigger because 50 is hitting where it really hurts. Plug on the BMF TV series, which not only chronicles the Black Mafia family's history, but also brings in a sizable sum for the fiends. If he follows through, that would be a huge financial hit, and Lil Meech is not safe because 50 went ahead and made their private text messages public, removing their feud from a public setting. From feud to outright personal, this isn't just about ego, it's 50 Cent's playbook. He's always been this way. Instead of merely fighting his rivals, he uses every weapon at his disposal to destroy them. Business moves and street tactics, he consistently asserted that the business world is worse than the streets because it will rob you without your knowledge. And he is the best at that game. In the end, 50 lives on conflict, whether it be in business, music, or television. He is always prepared for battle, so good luck if you're on his hit list. When it comes to feud, 50 Cent continues to demonstrate that no one plays the game like him. He's not just interested in the short term. He's interested in the long term, always finding ways to outsmart his rivals and keep his name in the spotlight. Let's face it, no one has ever tasted 50's fury quite like Rick Ross. Since 2009, Jay-Z and Kanye West have been at odds with Rick Ross. 50 initiated the feud and went straight for the jugular, bringing Ross's background as Ross even tried to wave the white flag for commercial reasons, but 50 is still teasing him about his failed concerts, album sales, and anything else he can discover. 50 is a penitentiary officer who is openly mocking his street credibility.
Very unfortunate situation that took place in Canada, and I want to say to everyone, you know, that I hope that that brother made it home safely. I hope that he now has a different perspective and a better sense of what to do and what not to do while you're out in the world.
There is also the friction between Jay-Z and 50, which has been since 50 entered the industry and made Jay, Kanye, and T.I. appear uncomfortable by robbing them and showing up without permission at Jay-Z's 2007 Screamfest performance. Has never given H any peace of mind. He portrays it as friendly rivalry, but as we all know, there is much more to it, and 50 always manages to make himself the subject of any discussion concerning Jay.
The new lawsuit coming with Jay, the part with Jay. I go, oh shoot, like
Then I think about it, I go, that had to be there. So when I was saying that he was missing, he just wasn't actively being out there because they was dealing with that. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Now those trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, if you look at his career,
Though he doesn't target Y directly like he does with others, you can be sure that he knows how to take advantage of Kanye's mess. Whenever there is drama between Jay and Ye, 50 manages to get in and make himself relevant. He's strategic with it, never completely putting it aside, but always making sure he's in the mix. That's actually 50's whole plan. Whether it's by trolling on social media, digging up old grudges, or simply showing up to make people uncomfortable, he's an expert at turning small issues into contentious debates. He knows exactly how to maintain himself at the center of the conversation, whether people like him or not. There's no doubt that when 50 declares war, he never let it die. Big Meech and Little Meech are currently in the crosshairs, and if history is any indication, this is far from over. What do you think? Do the Meech family members still have a lot of life left in them? If not, please share your thoughts in the comments below.